2018 is right around the corner from us, and the top gurus in real estate and mortgage have come up with the top 3 predictions for 2018.
Are you calling me a top guru? Thanks, Dylan. Prediction number 1 is number 2. And wait, I still got number 3. I'll get back to you on these. Hello, everybody. My name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV with your local market update.
And I am Dylan Gaston. Thank you for joining us on this chilly morning. We are starting to get winter.
What do you mean?
Winter.
We're in Florida. It's a balmy 50 here. And we think it's freezing.
And
Look
we
at
all are wearing our boots, aren't we, ladies?
You're not.
I am. I'm wearing closed-toed shoes, which I don't wear that often.
These are pretty cool. I'm
wearing socks and closed-toed shoes.
You wear socks with flip-flops.
No, usually it's a flip-flop, but no. So it is getting chillier, but that's because, here we are in December. 2017 went like that, did it not, everybody?
Yes, which means 2018 is right around the corner.
Right around the corner. So we are talking about the predictions that some of the gurus out there are talking about.
So my prediction for 2018 is the Tampa Bay Lightning will win the Stanley Cup.
Yay! I so hope you are right on that.
I'm telling you, it's just, it's just reality.
They're inevitable.
Good. They're that good.
They're that good.
They're that
All
good.
right, you heard it here first.
Yep, right here. They are good. They really are. So.
All right, but on to the real estate stuff.
So,
and some of the predictions that are coming up, we kind of wanted to touch on. So there's 3 main predictions that as I started to say earlier, that the major mortgage and real estate gurus are talking about. Number 1, purchases are going to be increasing, the purchase volume in the nation. Number 2, refinancing is going to be decreasing nationwide. And number 3, which I thought was pretty interesting, people are going to be tapping into their home equity. So I thought that was pretty cool, huh?
I don't have my taps on, sorry. That's as good as it gets, folks.
Those are pretty good.
Those are pretty good. But you know why? If you don't know this already, the market's hot.
Yes.
And prices are going up. In fact, from the 3rd quarter of last year to the 3rd quarter of this year, nationwide, home prices have increased 6.8%.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
So that's a lot.
So when all these other things come into play,
right.
Guess what happens for 2018? We have to increase our loan limits, and bam, we got it.
Ba-bing.
Yeah,
Fannie and Freddie conventional have increased loan limits.
They have. So we were at 424.
424.
Yeah. Now we're at, for 2018, 453, 100. So that's good news. You know what that means for you? Nothing.
Nothing.
But you know what it means for our buyers that are buying homes, because a lot of the communities, especially in the Trinity market now, a lot of them are starting at that $500,000 price point. So instead
especially
of
that 54 corridor, some of those houses out there are big.
Yeah, which means they don't need to come up with $80,000 to get down below the jumbo
anymore.
Limits, because I don't know if you know this, I know you know, but our viewers may not. It's a whole different loan program when you go into jumbo.
As soon as you go over whatever the Fannie and Freddie conforming loan limit is, which as he said used to be 454, and now it's up to 453
starting next year. The guidelines are completely different.
Yeah, when you go over that into the jumbo world, it's a different world.
It is a different world. And
rates
most importantly, the rates are much higher in a jumbo. Mm-hmm. So this could allow some of those people who are looking at that better home, maybe to get into it under those jumbo limits. So I think that's kind of exciting.
In addition to Fannie and Freddie raising their conforming loan limits, FHA also raised their limits.
They did. FHA is going to 294, 515.
Which is a pretty big increase that's almost $300,000. Keep in mind, FHA used to be way back when the first-time home buyer, low down payment, lower priced homes and everything. $294,000.
That's pretty hefty now.
That is very hefty.
And you know what? You know how they come up with that number? I didn't know this. I learned it today. It's 65% of your new
Conforming.
conventional
There you go.
conforming limit. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No.
No, you just knew it was there.
Not until you told me.
At least she's honest, right?
I didn't.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But why? Because I feel 65% of the nation is in the FHA realm. I don't know.
You got me.
I don't know. Who knows why these people do what they do?
It's
how they come up
actuaries.
with what they do.
The actuaries all sit in a room and they go, "What do you guys want to do?
know.
Roll
That's
this. 65%. Bam,
That's
let's
good.
take it."
Perfect. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that are going to be driving it. So in addition to the loan limits changing, that is going to, what does that do? That gives you guys a little bit more purchasing power, providing you can afford it. Well, some of the factors that have changed in the middle of 2017, and they are actually keeping in 2018, have to do with the debt to income ratio, which is your buying power. So you can actually afford more home, and with the loan limits increasing, you can get more home. As Barry said, before you go into the jumbo market, you can
Yes.
qualify for more homes
Because after all, I am the guru, so thanks for giving me credit for that. That means 3% down on a conventional loan, and 3.5% is still there for your FHA. 3% down, you're buying a $200,000 house. You could get in for as little as $6,000 plus your closing cost,
Right.
of course. And that's in a conventional loan. That's pretty awesome.
that is awesome.
Now, we discussed this before the show, but you need to look at and strongly consider the MI cost on that 97
Right.
program. If your credit score,
Am I meaning
mortgage insurance, thank you, sorry,
also known as PMI?
yes, private mortgage insurance, it's so good, we can just like roll
I
it
know.
out. Maybe higher if your credit score's on that cuff, if
Right.
you're 680 or below, it may
Because-
make sense to compare the FHA, which is a fixed MI of
Right.
0.85 with the 3.5%
Because
down.
even though Fannie and Freddie Mac do allow 3% down minimum, 3% down payment programs, that doesn't, they do still have the private mortgage insurance. And in the private mortgage insurance, in the Fannie and Freddie world, that what your PMI is going to be is totally based on credit score. Credit score and loan amount. It's a factor based on where your credit score is. So as Barry's saying, if you have a lower credit score, like
'Cause
under
I'm the guru.
700, if it's under 700 on a credit score, that's going to be a little bit higher. You're going to want your loan officer, loan originator,
Be
he
careful.
usually corrects me on that, to really compare, is FHA better for you, or because FHA is fixed. It doesn't make a difference what your
Listen,
credit score
when
is.
you go on a
it's the
flight,
same.
who's the lady that walks the aisle?
Flight attendant.
Thank you. Because that one show you said,
Stewardess?
my stewardess. Okay,
Sorry.
loan originator,
I know.
loan officer.
I'm old. Give me a break.
Okay.
Is that a bathroom? bathroom?
Bath-
Is that a birthday break?
All right. Our producer says we got to go on a potty break.
I know. I saw that. All right. So, but anyway, you're going to want your loan officer, loan originator to sit with you and compare your conventional to your FHA if your
Yes.
credit score is a little bit lower, because it could be maybe FHA is the better route
Yeah,
for you.
so let them compare and you decide, because your payment could be completely different by, you need to choose
Right.
the right program. It's not all about the rate, remember.
Correct.
So we got some more great updates for 2018 coming up right after this. Okay, we're back with our predictions for 2018 and
Not
the
really
mortgage industry.
Our predictions.
The guru.
the
We're
guru's
the guru.
predictions.
Okay.
He's just added himself to
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
Level.
you're going to eat crow when the Lightning win the cup. I'm telling you, they are going to win it.
I hope you're right.
It's a given.
I'm a
Have you
Lightning
watched
fan.
them play?
Yes.
They're that good.
Yes.
They're the #1 team in the league.
Nice.
Yes.
They're
so
awesome.
They are
I'm
good.
telling you, I
And I'm not-
and I watch the games on my phone every
That's a
every
true thing.
night. I know.
Yeah, so you're not a fair weather fan.
No, I'm not. I know what's going
Hey,
on.
we'll
all
tell
the
you
time.
about our lightning bus trip coming up at the end.
I
We
know.
have to talk about that. Oh, but maybe we should talk about mortgages.
Let's go on with the show first. The predictions. Okay, so some of the predictions. So just touching lightly on what we were talking about before. So with the down payment, in addition to that, what they did in the middle of 2017, they being Fannie and Freddie Mac, is they have increased the debt ratios. You know, debt to income ratio. It's how much based on your income you can afford, and they were pretty strict on where that ratio had to be. Well, it started to loosen up some, and now they've raised the debt ratio to 50%. They did that in the middle of 2017, and they're sticking with it again throughout this year. Gets me a little scared. I got to tell you, if somebody like myself who's been in the mortgage industry for 30 plus years, you know, those ratios are in place for a reason.
Yes. So
It makes me scared when it gets near 50. You don't want to get near 50 because keep in mind, that means, am I going to be able to buy groceries? Am I going to be able to pay
Yes.
for my car insurance? What if my car insurance goes up?
yeah, those are all. So in layman's terms, what does that mean? Well, originally, if you made $1,000 a month gross, your max debts allowed with your mortgage, your taxes, your insurance,
car
payments, credit cards, student loans, anything you co-signed for
Right.
on $1,000 a month income, 450, 45%. Now it's 500. So if you make 2,000 a month, now your maximum debts are 1,000. So,
Right.
and you remember the whole QM thing at 42%?
Yes.
Where did that go?
They spent 5 years, the government, our politicians, coming up with this 1,000-page
Oh, let's go political.
law.
What a great idea. Sure, boost our ratings.
Well, they did. They came up with this 1,000-page law that, yeah, and it took them 5 years to do it.
Right, yep. And we spend $1 gazillion of taxpayers' money
I know.
writing this
And
thing.
out the
Yeah,
window.
42%, the QM rule. I'll put you in the safe harbor.
QM meaning qualified mortgage.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
They are saying
Whatever happened to
you
that?
can't exceed the debt ratio, and now here
Where is it?
Here they
What
are
happened to
exceeding
it?
the debt ratio.
What happened to it? Seriously, do you know?
But what it does, in layman's terms, also, like Barry said, is it gives you more buying power. So maybe you can qualify for a little bit more house. Again, I don't necessarily agree with that.
So you're going to tell
But-
people, hey, you're at 49.99. I'm really not comfortable doing your loan.
And we have we have people at 49.9. But you know what? Usually I say to them, maybe it's for okay, so they have a car payment that's going away pretty soon, or
Right.
you know the student loan is almost paid off, or you know we're not counting the co-borrower's income because
Right.
they haven't been on their job for 2 solid years or something like that. You know, whatever. So maybe there's some compensating factor. So I'm okay with going that high. But just letting you know that the debt ratio is
Okay.
there. I know we kind
So-
of got squirreled off on that.
All right, as a rule,
Sorry.
mortgage requirements in general seem to be, and predictions are, they will loosen for 2018.
Doesn't mean the paperwork will. So be prepared for 4 tons of paperwork
The
required.
paperwork queen right here.
Just be prepared. They're not loosening up on
And-
what's needed paperwork-wise, but some of the
And
guidelines might be
also,
loosening up.
credit score requirements are rumored to be allowed to be lower.
Yeah,
That
so-
doesn't mean stop paying on your
No.
bills. Just because you can qualify for a loan, don't skip a credit card payment. It'll.
Because some of the lending institutions right now, especially some of the banks, they have higher minimum credit score requirements. Some of them have 640, some of them have 660 minimum credit scores. Some of them are over 700. If you don't have a 720 credit score, the banks won't lend to you. Some of the banks.
Can I say something about that?
Sure.
Not us. I'm just kidding.
Some
I'm
of
sorry.
your mortgage companies, though, actually can go lower credit scores, and
I
our
never
interest rates
plug
are
us, but
as
I just
good.
had to do it because I know, and there's a lot of great lenders out there that are not us too. So
Now,
I just want to say,
in addition to lower credit scores on conventional, keep in mind some lenders, like us, can actually even go below 600 on FHA products.
even 580 to lend.
Even 580
Wow.
on an FHA. So again, we don't usually plug ourselves, but just letting you know there are options out there. So don't believe what the first bank just tells you, because banks definitely look at credit scoring differently than most of the
Did you
mortgage
see
lenders
Trump
out there.
tweeted about Wells Fargo?
Yeah, he's not letting them off the hook.
No,
Good for
he's
him.
not. Yeah,
Good for him.
he's like, you know
They've
what?
done
We're going to
some
loosen
real-
regulations, but we're not. We're really going to be hard on the cheaters. And he called Wells Fargo a cheater publicly
you
on his
know?
tweets. I mean, he's always politically correct on his tweets, right? Sorry, and we went political again, didn't we? Sorry.
You're such such a comedian.
I know. All right, so let's talk about predictions for rates.
Right, because the second thing, so after
This is like the 11th thing.
I know. Now, our three predictions: number one, purchases are going to increase; number two, refinances are going to decrease. And the
Why?
reason for that mostly is because interest rates are going up.
Yes.
They did say this, I will say, a year ago, we were sitting here saying that during 2017, interest rates were going to go up. And they did. The very beginning of 2017, they jumped.
They
didn't go up slow. They jumped.
And it kind of went up with the stock market. I mean, the stock market's at an all-time high. Right now, the Dow is at record levels. Never been over 24,000. It's crazy. But interest rates are inevitably going to go up.
What's good for the stock market, bad for the bond market.
Yes.
What do interest rates follow? Pop quiz. Bond market.
You gave them the answer. What kind of pop quiz is that? How are they going to learn if they don't?
So if your stock market is doing really well, that probably means your mortgage rates are going up. If your bond market is doing really well, that means your mortgage rates are going down. Just keep that kind of in the back of your head.
All right,
as
so
things
let's
are
talk
going
about
well.
the numbers, predictions.
Yes.
Right now, rates have been in the 3s and low 4s.
Right, exactly. They've been
for all year.
Right.
So Q1 of next year, where do you think we'll be at? What's the predictors say? And this is the gurus.
My screen says.
All right, so let me help you out.
Fail the eye test.
Q4, the national average, 4.2. Okay.
But right now, we're hovering, like he said, right under 4%. So they're saying the first quarter of 2018, it's going to go up.
To 4.5%.
I know, that's a big jump. Now let me back up for 1 second, because there's three main predictions. This one that he's talking about is the Mortgage Bankers Association. So we're doing predictions from the MBA, Mortgage Bankers Association,
By the way,
Kiplinger.
that we were backing up. Have you got
Kiplinger
not
report.
shop Home Depot?
Not even paying attention.
All right, good.
And Freddie Mac. Those are the three gurus that we're talking about. These are their predictions. So this first one is all about the Mortgage Bankers Association and what their predictions are.
Again,
MBA.
And their predictions are Q1, 4.5%, Q2, 4.7%, Q3, 4.8%, and by the fourth quarter of 2018,
a year from now,
predictions are 4.9%. Moral of the story, prices are going up, rates are going up. Guess what? You better...
The more rates go up, the less buying power you have. Moral of the story, buy sooner in the year rather than later. You can buy more house.
And if you want to capture some of these, which I think are relatively good opportunities to buy in, but anyway, we got more predictions coming up right after this from the gurus. All right, we're back with our predictions for 2018.
The third prediction, the major gurus, including Barry, have for 2018. And this is the one that I found pretty interesting, that people are going to be tapping more into the home equity that they have built up in their homes.
Well, let's go back to the increase, like I said, quarter to quarter, 2016 to 17, 6.8% increase in value nationwide. So it's only natural that people will want to tap into this via home equity lines,
right?
Or just
consolidate
their debts,
cash,
paying off high credit card interest, high interest credit card debt, and Also,
We have done quite a bit of that during 2017.
especially right after the holidays, people go shopping,
Yeah.
they run up their credit cards. And
Even
then,
if they had bought their house and their interest rate was low, even if they're taking a little bit higher interest rate, 1/4% higher in an interest rate or something, to pull the cash out to pay off their credit cards that, like you
Yes.
said, are at 18, 19, sometimes 20, whatever percent.
sometimes it makes sense to do that.
Right.
People say, oh, I don't want to be in debt for 30 years. Well, wait a minute. You're going to be in debt for 60 years with those credit cards because
Right.
you're never going to pay them off because you're paying the minimum payment.
I know. I used to have people say to me, well, I don't want to take a loan to pay those off. I said, you already took a loan. You took a loan, except you're paying 22% interest on this loan that you took.
What a great
I'm showing
line.
you a
I don't
better-
want to take a loan.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I'm just showing you a better way of paying it back.
So, and also remember, demand is high for new housing. We
Very
have
high.
limited supply,
Right.
limited listings, so people are going to tap into that equity and maybe remodel their home, do a room addition,
Add
update
on,
what they
right.
have, do an add-on.
Put a
So,
pool in. I have somebody putting a pool in right
yeah,
now.
so that's why they're going to tap into their equity. It just kind of makes sense.
Because there's just not a lot out there on the market to move up to for
Exactly.
a lot of people.
I love it. It's kind of a good time again in our housing market.
It is.
And who knows how long it lasts. Hopefully it'll be here and sustained for many years to come because I think it's different than it was back in 08, 09 that we both lived through.
Yep.
I still got, all this new gray hair.
Lovely. Look,
Yeah,
look at that beautiful gray hair.
Well, that's the look of a guru.
That's from 2007, 2008,
Gurus all have gray hair.
2009.
Yeah, being in the industry, it'll just wear on you. So
Yeah.
anyway, great predictions.
So yeah, I think so. It pretty similar to 2017, if you notice, though. A
Very
lot of them,
close.
you know.
I think the interest rates are, it's reality though, that they're going to go up. All the indicators are, so.
Well, that's what they said last year too, especially after the elections and everything. Why 3 times did me, of all people, go to political?
That's the other thing
But
we didn't talk about. The Fed is predicted to raise short-term interest rates 3
That is
times.
definitely going to happen.
3 times this year.
Yeah.
So,
That's something, honestly, that people have been saying for years, though, and honestly, everybody out there, it does have to go up. The nation, the Federal Reserve, the nation doesn't run well when the rates are as low as they have been. They have to go up. We need foreign investors into our markets.
yes. So anyway.
That's what helps our economy.
All right, let's talk about what's going on in the community. Did you go to the Grinch event? Oh, yes.
Did I go to the Grinch event? I was there.
How awesome was
I
that?
was the blur running around.
I know. It
No,
was
we had
really
a great event.
It
Once
was.
again, it was a wonderful event. We have some beautiful families that we were able to help this year, and it was great. We had more people than we thought we were going to have too, which was nice. It grows
pretty
every
awesome.
year.
And it will continue to grow
Yep.
because
So if you missed it, you have to tune in to us next year.
yeah, second Friday, December, which
Second
is
Friday every year.
December 14th.
Yes.
We already got the date for next year, so
Right.
put it on your calendar now.
Right.
All right, and
Please
let's
don't book your office Christmas party at that time.
hello. All right, what else we got going on?
So we have, well, first of all, we are at the end of the year. We do want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Those are coming up next.
Happy holidays to all of
Obviously,
you. Yeah, they
to
are
everybody.
coming up. Hard to
and then
believe.
once we do start the new year is when our next event is with our networking group, WPBA.
Our nonprofit business group.
WPBA.biz
Yes.
is where you can find more information.
So
we
guess
have a
what?
lightning.
Starting today, tickets will go on sale online for our lightning bus trip. It's
Yay!
on January 11th. So
And
go
the
online.
Lightning, per Barry's prediction, are going to win the
Yep,
Stanley
and
Cup.
you know what's so beautiful about this game? What, Barry? I
Everything.
don't know.
What, Barry?
We're playing the Calgary Flames. Do you remember who we beat for the Stanley Cup?
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the matchup you
Oh,
don't
this
want to
is
miss.
an exciting game.
Yes, it is. So, we're
So
gonna,
with our bus trips, let's tell them what those are about.
well, we're going to meet up at Fiddler's Green. Thank you, Vince, for doing that. And we get, we'll have appetizers there. We get on the bus, we go watch the game, and hopefully you come back on the bus and come back home with us. So you don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about driving. We do have some adult beverages. You're welcome to bring some on the bus. It's a good time, though. And it's
is.
great networking.
It is.
Good fellowship, I
And
say.
let me tell you, people, it sells out fast.
This
So
one will be gone.
Tickets go on sale today.
Yep.
So go online, WPBA.biz, or
Rocks.
to buy your tickets online today. And it's a
love it.
really good deal. You don't have to worry about, again, driving and parking and all of that stuff. And it's a lot of fun and it's great networking.
Yes, it is. And then
crowd.
also we have another great event coming up, Taste of Trinity.
That we're participating in, I'm excited about.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're the
Taste of Trinity. Trinity tastes really well. Lots of good restaurants, lots of good businesses in this area, and everyone is going to have, partnering up with a local restaurant so you can wander around and taste what the restaurants have to offer.
The date for that is January 21.
See, I know I'd
And we
forget.
do have vendor
No,
spots still
January-
available.
You told me January 27th.
Okay, January 27th. I was seeing if you're paying
I
attention.
think it's January 27th.
Okay. It's a Saturday.
Again, it's on our website.
Yes, it is. Yes. And there's still vendor spots available. I think $100 you can get a vendor table.
Okay.
And if you're a food person, you can share your food with about 1,500 people. So just a little sample so they know, and we're promoting your restaurant.
Yes.
It costs you nothing if you're a food vendor. So that's kind of cool.
It's a great event that they've been doing, and it's over at Seven Springs Middle School.
Yes. And
They take that whole field there, so it's a lot of people.
it's not in the field.
It's not in the field? Oh, it's inside, right?
yeah.
Part inside, part outside,
Yes.
from what I remember.
In
Sorry.
the cafeteria, in the gymnasium.
Right.
And there will be some outside food trucks. So
Yes.
if you have a food truck or no one, it's a great opportunity for you to come.
This was actually supposed to be done last September, wasn't
yeah,
it?
but
And
we-
Irma came to town and
Yeah.
kind of spoiled that for us.
But here's the beautiful thing about it. All the proceeds for this go to benefit the middle school, which
Right.
desperately needs your help. So thanks for supporting that event. So some great things coming up. Anything else we need to say?
That's it. I think we're good.
Did we mention the Lightning are going to win the cup?
I think we've mentioned.
Okay, we
Lightning
did
are
enough
gonna win the
predictions
cup.
then.
All right.
Oh, by the way, the Bucks are not going to win the Super Bowl. There's my prediction.
Another prediction. Thank you, Guru Barry.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Get us out.
Yes, share us, like us. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
All that.
What is the one you love?
Tumblr.
Yeah.
And there is such a thing. Thank
She
you very
doesn't even
much.
know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. Anyway, we appreciate everybody watching.
Oh, we forgot
are
YouTube.
YouTube. We are on YouTube as well.
Yes.
We are today and every day.
Moving forward.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.